Okay, just another hint that might help you build your Eduard 1/32 scale P-51B easier. Now, I'm not sure about you, but this is the first kit I've built with this much resin in it. And it's a bit scary in terms of cutting off all these pieces without breaking them. As you'll see, there are some really small pieces, and this isn't even small, that you have to deal with. I hope some of you can offer up some advice because my experience with resin is limited. What I do know is you have to be very careful cutting off the support structures. They contain pillars, heads, cross bracing, interconnect beams, a whole bunch of things that just mean support structures designed to hold up these really thin pieces of resin. In this case, the number of support brackets seem to increase with density and volume, commensurate with the fragility of the specific piece the builder is making. And so it's here with this model. So here's an example. These are the two cockpit sides. As you build up the P-51, you can see the level of detail. I'll bring it up here. Look how thick the support bracing is. The resin, the bits in this thing are incredibly thin. I mean, on this side here alone, you can see right in here, and you can see there's a wire going up there and that little support bracket. All those are supported by these thousands of little support brackets, and you have to cut them off. You have to cut all of them off. I know there's a lot of ways to remove these supports. You can use vibro blades. They're pretty expensive to use in your fingers. I know people use a soldering iron, heat guns, needle nose pliers for some of the large scale resin and plastic prints you'd find in like a cosplayer's helmet. But since we're doing these itty bitty pieces, a fresh scalpel and my trusty nippers, Tamiya nippers should do fine. Shippers will absolutely drop your package at some time in the shipping process. And as shown here, these resin containers can't stand much of a fall before the clasps either open or break. So look around. In my case, the control column had broken in 3 pieces. The good news is it'll be pretty easy to fix. Let's do one of these easy ones. I'll just show you the way I do it. And I've noticed if you look in here, you'll see that it looks like there's some pins in here that I gotta be careful not to cut off. We're gonna do a little bit at a time here. So there's some. There we go. You can always use nippers at the bigger pieces on the bottom if you wish. You have to be very careful though. In this case, see, these are pretty solid pieces of resin, so I'm not worried about bending them. But remember, when you cut in like this, you're literally bending because you're creating a space there, and that's going to push the resin up here. So if it's a real thin piece, just be really careful. I guess that's the best advice I can give you, is just to be really careful. So this will come apart pretty easily, I'm pretty sure. And I bet you I can pull this one off right now. And I can. You'll have to pull off some of these extra bits, and you can see it did have these pins. You got to watch for those pins. Make sure you use a mask, like an N95 mask, when you are sanding down resin. You don't want to get those fine particulates in your system. And we'll get the other half as we get it. Okay, so this is just another hint, and I know most of the hint is just primarily about cutting open resin. I know the hint's pretty simple, how to take resin, how to take support structures off resin, and I am by no means an expert on this. I'm a newbie on this. So I could use some help if there's any other easier way to do this. I think the vibro blade is probably the way to go, but that's expensive. This thing is highly detailed. It's really going to be a painting exercise and detailed painting. And you can see in the wheel well, this is just going to be, I think I'm going to be hunched over a table trying to paint these little lines in here for a long time. I know that I could just do it all silver and do a little bit of chromate yellow, to do the highlights, and then throw panel liner on it, be good. But I'm going to take the challenge up and see how well I can do this. By the way, I dry fitted these, and they're not exactly perfect. And you see this little, here's a hint, you see this little, probably a brake line right there. On one of my pieces, it was sort of bent forward, and it didn't want to fit into the wing section. So be careful of that. Anyway, let me know if you have any advice, like I said, because I could really use it. And one more thing, be careful out there.